Well, like I said, Ryan's away, and Sean, I did also drop a line to Claudia for the senior center.
Yeah.
I did hear from Brian Matheson, he's a teacher, so there's no way he's getting here.
Yeah.
And, but he'll be here tonight at the CERT meeting. And, who else? Morgan's working as well, Morgan Brinker. So our volunteers on the committee aren't able to come in. So, all right, so welcome. I'll introduce, this is Sandra White. She's a student at Fitchburg State. And she's working on a project on learning about emergency preparedness, emergency response. So, let's
Hello.
Hi, thank you.
that's Bob Hayes, Fire Chief, Ray Farron from MEMA,
Okay,
and Tina Dixon, she's my coworker,
okay.
and Peter Walker from the Board of Selectmen.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome aboard for the day.
For the day.
For the day.
So, but basically, I wanted just to touch base with everybody before we break for vacations and summer and all that. The HMP update for FEMA funding, nothing's ever easy in this place. So I did a little exploring and a $35,000 grant, and I found out that we need to IGO told me that it needs to go out to bid, and that we need an RFP, which I did. Did everybody get? I don't know. I think I only sent it to you.
Yeah, it was a while ago, right?
Yeah, so I'll just pass that around. You can take a look at it too. So I have an extra copy of them. So I wrote out the RFP, and then they told me you really didn't have to do that because it's less than $50,000.
Why didn't they tell you that before?
Yeah.
Right. So, so then I went, now I'm waiting on Ray, who's supposed to bring to me some names that we can contact with an email, and I'll probably put this as an attachment. And hopefully then we'll get some response. I have two names, Ray Davis. He's a director of operations at the Patriot Emergency Preparedness Solutions, but that's Boston. He's in the center of Boston. And then the other one is Jamie Kaplan. She's a consulting firm out in Northampton, and she's done a lot of for the state of Massachusetts, so she's very familiar with what goes into this HMP. And so we'll see what other names, and we'll give it a shot.
So I think, don't quote me on this, but I believe you only need to solicit for three quotes.
Right.
So you've got two there. I would recommend just reaching out to CMRPC,
Okay.
asking for a quote, and that would, be your diligence for those three.
Central Mass.
Regional Planning
And
Committee.
and then there's also Montezuma. Which one are you were a member of? The other one?
MR, Montezuma.
Montezuma.
So, yeah.
MRPC.
So swap them out, I'm sorry.
Well, we're involved with
CMRPC.
PRs.
Yeah, CMRPC.
Okay, RPC. Okay, I did
Chris?
write it down right. I was thinking I wrote it down backwards. We are involved with them because of the school project. So that's
Yeah.
why I have no problems contacting them as well. The other one, the next one, so we'll keep working on that, and hopefully you'll get an email from me, and we'll go from there about what we hear back. All right, EMPG, we received $2,400. It was a little bit of a surprise because Ray had told me that a lot of the towns were being told that they would have to rewrite their application for the grant, that it wasn't being accepted. So we put in for large and small animal supplies for sheltering, and we're working with the Agricultural Commission. And then we put in for water filters. So we have 2 water filters. So when people's wells go down, like in 2008, we have at least that available if people are bringing in pond water. And the other thing that we put in for was a generator for the trailer that we have. So they accepted it all. In fact, I put it in Thursday night. I sent it in on Thursday night. It was from home. And at 8 o'clock the next morning, I had a notice that it had been approved. So we obviously did something right. So we're gonna work forward on that. We'll start spending money on that on July 1. If you have any ideas, you have horses, so if you have any ideas about what else. on
Yeah, you're not
supplies.
gonna get sheltering supplies for horses to speak of, because if they have to be moved, you need a lot more than you're
Yeah.
gonna get for $2,500 or 24.
Yeah, the Agricultural Commission
Like a tire
did want
for a
to have, yeah, they did want to have some sort of first aid kit.
Yeah,
And that's where, that was more the direction we went. And it's probably a good idea to have a pet first aid for the little animals, the cats, dogs, and
Yeah.
rabbits that would come in.
yeah, we just got a first aid kit for one of the equestrian centers that I work at, so I could duplicate their kit, get you a price,
Okay,
and plus include a couple of the things that would be applicable for like dogs and cats, like the types of tourniquets they use if you end up with a major injury.
yeah,
Those are simple.
yeah. So, okay. So you'll get back to me with that information. Tina, okay. CERC, I tried very hard to print up the communication guide. This is coming out of Region 2. This is coming out, actually out of HMCC, the,
The Medical Coordinating
Thank you.
Coalition.
and PEP, which is Public Health Emergency Plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think on.
All those, what is it, on ICS, it says, don't talk in acronyms. So, anyway, I tried to print it up, and it's still in draft. So, but I did try to print it up and bring it in, but the printer in the other office does not like my computer that's in my office. So it told me no. What it is it's based on CDC CERC, the Communication Emergency Response program that they have. Yeah. If you just go to the CDC site and you just type in CERC in capital letters, then it will come up. And so they're trying to, as typical of HMCC and FEP, they're trying to get the whole region to adopt it. And, I do like CERC because it's easy when you're trying to put together communication with messages, so somebody's ends up being the PIO here. So that's probably going to be you, Peter, because you're part of the select board.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Another title?
another title. So it just gives you a guide as to how to put the messages together.
Yeah,
Now, speaking of messages, I did dabble in it just to see, because we had talked about that at the, at our tabletop. And, so I did dabble a little bit with it, because, and I haven't heard from dispatch yet. I called them, but I'll call them again, see what they have, if they have anything. I'm not so sure that they do. But this is what, they probably should look like. These are examples of what they probably should look like if we ever have another storm like 2008, or what was it? There was another storm too that we ended up with Channel 7 in town. Yeah, so if anybody ever has to speak to the folks that drive their trucks into town, then it gives you some sort of idea as to what you want to say. I would love to have just a whole book, and then put together a whole book, and then you just grab the book and say, no, this is what we're going to do. Any comments on this?
Well, I think it should be dependent on what platform the messages are going out on too. Because like when the rec sends out messages to our responders through a text, it is limited to the 140 characters.
Correct.
If you use the signboard in town, it would be good to have those. Does our signboard still work?
Yes.
Okay.
The electronic one?
Yeah,
Yeah, down
I know
by
the one
rec-
that's
down by
up
the rec field.
yeah,
Or are you talking about the one by the station?
The one by the
Yeah.
fire station?
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
Katie's in charge of that.
okay, because
You
that's,
were talking about the one that sits at the end of the rec field.
yeah,
I see it sitting there, I don't think it's sitting there.
Oh, you mean the battery one? It looked one of those,
Yeah, we had one of those.
but
in
even,
town,
even
too.
the new sign,
Something
we
like
could
that.
utilize that for emergency messaging too. for
Yeah,
anyone
or
driving
reverse
through town.
911. We have
Yep.
that available.
Yeah, so it's just good to identify by media type what the messages are, because you're not gonna fit much on any signboard.
No.
No.
So knowing what you wanna put is important to have ahead of time
Yeah.
for each of them.
Yeah, and then these messages are more for email, sending it out by email, or we could also adjust them for the reverse 911.
And that would be, like your pre-storm ones
Yep.
would be appropriate by email and stuff after the storms, or, or during, people aren't gonna necessarily get email.
Necessarily, yeah. And that's where, actually, CERT had talked about this too. And they just thought maybe putting, those message boards, and just put them in appropriate neighborhoods. So as people are driving by, they can stop and read, and you'll just get some poster board and put like a text message on it, and then post those. Because we do have a number of isolated neighborhoods. So one might go up to Pinecrest, another one down by Burnchurch,
Yeah.
So we probably need to come up with a list as to where we would post if we had to go that way, because we didn't have any kind of cell tower or
Pinecrest is right,
Wi-Fi.
I live in Pinecrest, so the association has a board right by the street that, it's like, you open the door and put your message in there, so you can always put it over it if, if it's an emergency type of situation.
Yeah.
Just to make people aware.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they do have a place to put it already.
yeah. So signboards, we need to come up with a list of neighborhoods where we would go. I always go back to 2008 when we had nothing, no
The ice storm,
Wi-Fi, no cell tower, no nothing.
no zilch, zero,
Yeah,
no water.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How do you communicate with like deaf, visually impaired, or people that speak
Well,
other
that's-
languages?
yeah, I haven't worked on that one yet, but I know we have to.
Yeah,
So, yeah, that's an issue.
If we have a way for text messaging, but we don't think we do through reverse 911, yet, do we?
No. Oh, I mean,
Just phone calls.
does 911 work when the phone lines are down? No. I mean, a lot of it goes through cable now, but I mean, if cable's out, you're not getting anything through cable, or
Right.
I don't know how many people have a real hard line phone left. maybe some of the old timers in town, but
Yeah, those are over 75.
yeah, I mean, so communication for, not just the elderly and the deaf and the blind and.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, probably, obviously some blind people might have phones that give you a readout,
Yeah.
or whatever the phone call message is, but if the phones are down,
Right.
that doesn't work.
I do know that if you're going to be sending a message out that the blind will pick up on, somebody who is blind said the problem with the alerts that he was getting, it makes an alert and it says, you have an alert.
Yeah, but you.
That's it, that's all it says.
Well, yeah, they did.
You have an alert,
Right.
so no message.
There's gotta be technology out there for.
Yeah. Yeah, I think now, Verizon's been working on that.
I know some of like the reverse 911 systems now have a translation option that you can select the language that you need and it will translate it for you.
Okay,
You guys use your like town siren for emergencies
we
too?
don't have a town
Oh,
siren.
you don't?
Unless we get out on the sirens and the fire, on the fire trucks.
No, there's no like call the troops in siren
Well, back in
kind
the
of
day,
thing.
they would send, they had a horn that would beep so many beeps, so you'd know
Right.
where the location is.
Right.
They don't do that anymore. I don't even know any towns that have that.
Lemonster.
Westminster, I think, still does.
Our siren goes off every night at 6. I live in Rutland.
Yeah,
And
I
it
know
used to be to
Lemonster
call the
does.
town firefighters for
Yep.
the fires.
yeah.
But I don't know, it just goes off. I don't know what the real meaning is anymore.
It's a tone test, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Lemonster still does that, and they used to use it for school cancellations and low tech sometimes works.
Low tech doesn't usually fail.
no,
I know we do not
should
have
we
a very
consider
diverse
putting
population.
low
for
tech
needs
back
for-
into town?
Excuse me?
I said, should we consider putting low tech?
Well,
back
we
in?
have a lot of low tech people in town. We do have a older population,
Yeah,
about, 40-something% of the town.
yeah.
They just wouldn't text.
Oh,
They- a
some
lot
of
of
them
them-
are not even on email.
Yeah.
Yeah, or cell phone savvy.
Or, yeah, no. So, we'll look at it. Alert systems, we'll look at different. Okay, all right, more work.
Sorry, I can stop talking.
No, it's,
And then we have we as well, so. And I put information in the master book so that, if somebody just walks in and he doesn't know how to work it, then at least there's instructions there. Okay, all right, very good. CERT, I'm gonna talk to them tonight. Last couple of years, we've done a workshop, and it's been 36, 37 people have come to the workshops, and the reviews have been all very good. But this year, MEMA is putting together their own 2-day conference in September. So I will ask them if they want to continue to have the workshop if we've got this other 2-day workshop being put forward. I would like to do it maybe October, beginning of November. And again, the biggest issue we have is advertising because of the lack of newspapers and other ways to advertise. But we'll give it a shot, and we'll see what they want to do tonight. All right, and they actually, the CERT MA has been meeting once a month, and they offer a hybrid. And so I've been sitting in on that, and so has Brian Matheson. And we have a couple of MRC members that are joined up with the CERT team over here. And Lois and PJ actually goes in person to these meetings. And CERT MA was, there was a conference that they also gave us a link to out in California. And one of the ideas is just to get out there and have a series of questions. And then if they can answer one or two questions correct, then they get a prize. But it's not bringing them to the table because nobody comes to the table. So actually send the volunteers out into and just bump up against somebody and say, hi, I'd like to talk to you. I'd like to have a couple questions to ask. And they said you really do have to be the person that was talking about this, the way they talk to people and recruit for CERT. They said you really do have to be a little on the bold side, but I'll bring those up tonight as well. But that's been a problem for CERT recruitment. I mean, I have the training to run a course. Arthur down in Leominster is also offering a course. Paul has actually offered a course on a hybrid format where some of it was virtual and then others, they would come in like for the fire or the search and rescue, elements of the program. So and a lot of them are really struggling, even Holden is struggling. Royalston no longer has one. They have combined with Templeton. And we're talking with Templeton ourselves. So CERT is, I don't know, the town may just lose it and we won't have a CERT program. So I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but we never really utilized them except in 2008. So,
It's tough to get people to volunteer for anything these days.
yeah, they just don't want to do it. They don't want to come out
What
of
does the acronym stand for?
Community Emergency Response Team.
And you do like search and rescue or?
Yeah, each town has the option to have their own CERT team. And then there's a whole 6-week program, first aid, search and rescue, like for a collapsed building, and how to put out small fires, things like that.
Okay.
It's usually
Starting-
support for larger incidents if we needed. A lot of times it'll be used for like extra traffic control if we have something major going on. Or
Gotcha.
just a basic
So
incident
any
support.
group of fire department, the police department, or emergency management can call on them. Update on the shelter plans. Peter and I have been working on this. Right now, what's been going on with the program is that some legalese issues. So they're trying to work the legalese. The last email I got, it looked like they finally got the legalese sorted out. And so then that will push it forward, and we are getting about $38,000 to look at the school and put a design together for both solar and for the generator. And the generator, once we do get to the brick, that's why we're updating the HMP, the hazard mitigation plan. That's why we're updating that so we can get the FEMA grant, the brick grant for building resilience in the communities. And so our school project would meet that criteria. And my understanding is really there's not much of a ceiling for, so if our project comes to put the solar panels in, to put the generator in, comes to what, 150?
Oh, it's more than that.
Or 200,000.
Generators, 200 alone,
Is that what they said?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
think
about what I
I-
got when I got the pricing for this building when we first started looking
Yeah,
at it.
you were looking at 75.
No, it was
for the
way more
building.
than that.
It might even be more than 200. It's a big generator that they said we probably need, like huge.
Yeah, I did send you the one on the used one, and that
Yeah,
was,
that
I
was
had
a-
dropped it down.
Yeah, that would have been 75,000. That's easy money in low hours.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it only had 200 hours on it. And so, but they were selling it as used, so $75,000.
yeah, we also tossed around the idea is, if we do get a grant for the generator at the school, we'll snag the used one and bring it up here if we need to. If we still need one here, which you're gonna need one here. If the fire department and police station ends up here, you gotta be powered 24/7.
We're already here, so,
Well, not really.
yeah, well, the ambulance is needed during emergencies, you can't get the doors open when there's no electricity.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, but the police station and fire department, so.
I don't see how that plan is, but I haven't seen the plans yet either.
They're in the final stage and they're getting ready to be put forth in November.
Well, that'll be interesting to hear. All right, so I know that we could easily probably put in for 200,000, well, maybe more. Maybe more.
Yeah.
I've heard that Brooke has even done $1 million projects,
Oh, I'm
but
sure. I
I
mean,
haven't confirmed that.
for solar and that generator over there, you're probably looking,
350,
oh, more money.
400,
Oh, more money.
more money.
Oh,
than that.
God, yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to work out the numbers. And when we get ready to put the brick. Okay. But at least it's moving forward. Hardwood's request also had to be changed. That was another hangup. Because their HVAC system, they wanted an HVAC for their school. And just the design alone gobbled up most of the money for the grant that they now have for design and assessment. So they had to go back and they ended up giving up the HVAC. And then the town picked it up then. So the town was going to pay for the HVAC system. So hopefully it'll just get done over the summertime, this design work. Trailer upgrade, I've been working with a man named Brian Williams, he's a teacher over there, and they have said that they would like to take our trailer and they would do all the build out for it to make it into a communication center. And their only request is that we bring it over to them and park it in their garage so they can work on it over there. I did talk to Royalston finally and asked them how they converted their mobile and how much it cost. And they said they had a company do it and it was about $10,000. But even though they had it done, the town seems to be still using it as a storage trailer. So I definitely do not want that.
No.
If we put all this kind of effort into making it into a communication center. Sean would also like to be able to move it around the town for like vaccination clinics. So if we had Walgreens come in and we took it down to the senior housing, for instance, or up into, your neighborhood. So he would like to be able to use it for that too. And I think that would be possible the way we're thinking about. It'd be counter space and some storage with shelves on the other side. So I don't see why it couldn't be used that way. And I would also like to see if they can put solar panels. One of the things I do need to do is, I wasn't at the town meeting and I haven't received and the copy of the budget was so tiny.
Certainly was.
So when I get
That's so you couldn't read it.
no,
It's a thought, no, I'm just kidding.
I tried, I even tried with a to magnify it and couldn't do it. So when I was told that, by Sean, that, he had put $10,000 in the budget.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, so that we could, and that's money we could use towards the trailer. So if that's the case, I'm excited, we might actually get that project done.
That won't be done till after November,
Right,
fall town meeting,
yeah. Yeah,
if it's still there.
I guess I'm gonna have to put a lock on it somehow. All right, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to update everybody. I have a couple of things as well. So one of the other things that I've been working on and just dabbling with is, we had also talked about memorandums of understanding.
Yes.
I pulled a few. These are, everyone is different. I made one, there's a 2-in-1 memorandum. The one I liked, the one I thought was simplest was this one. And, Peter, this is probably more for you, but when DPH put out that tabletop in December and wanted us to do the tabletop, they also sent a copy of emergency dispensing site, an MOU for us to, with the school, that we would have permission to use the school. And I'm not sure that we need that, but,
What, to use the gymnasium
yeah,
for, if we need to put people in there?
yeah,
We own the
Right.
school.
that's right.
Yeah, I'm not, listen, the school's not gonna tell us that we can't use our own school. I
Yeah.
mean, quote McQuabbin, I mean, they can, but
Yeah.
in an emergency situation, I would like to think they would work with us.
So, and it's actually, it was obviously put together by a lawyer. So, we want to pass
So
that
they have
around.
these EDS site agreements, but,
Right.
you know, they never got used during COVID.
No,
They, everything kind of went out the window and they did their own thing, so.
so they're trying again. This is the second round.
So that has to go to Quabbin?
Well, they want us to send it to Quabbin. The Board of Health didn't see any reason to send it to Quabbin.
Yeah, that'd be Barry doing it, because it's in their town.
Pardon?
Barry would be taking care of that, because it's in their town.
Right. Yeah. But this is, you know, where the lawyer is saying, you know, you should have some sort of
For-
agreement.
To use our own school? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Must have been a city lawyer. They don't know anything about
Worcester,
Central Mass.
Worcester,
More than Central Mass.
yeah. Right. And then the last thing I had to share with you, and then we pick a date when we come back together. Is just a little something that also came across my desk, and I just printed it out because it was kind of something that you could put on a bulletin board. But it's got the steps to putting together the emergency management planning pyramid. And I'm looking at it, and we've got some of the steps, but we've also got a lot, like gaps that so we've got a lot of work ahead of us. Will keep me employed. All of us employed. So, any comments on the MOUs?
I like the easy one.
Yeah,
Simple is usually better.
Simple, yeah.
so that would be, I made a short list but there's the transportation company, the school buses. It would be with a couple of the diner downtown and the, maybe one of the grocery stores downtown. Although their supplies are,
Limited.
yeah. I could check with one of the grocery stores in Gardner.
For an,
I know.
to hand them an MOU, you mean, or
Yeah, that,
to write up another one to, I mean, for emergency
right,
supplies?
yeah, Walmart is usually, they have already a policy set to help out your local community in case of a disaster. So they already have that policy that every store in the country follows. The question is, do we need the MOU as well, just so that they have a list of towns?
Hmm.
But definitely try to get at least locally the vets and maybe animal control.
They need an MOU with animal control, they're already,
We already have an
Looking at-
MOU.
they're already,
I
We
was
already
looking
have
at-
an MOU with them, not for emergency management, but an MOU is an MOU.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? We just renewed it at the select board meeting last night,
yeah,
approved it. So, for another,
yeah, I was looking at it from the sheltering aspect.
oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, they would have contact for that, right? They know all the people that would be able to provide, I
Right.
would think, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So that'd be a good person to contact.
My dad can talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should give you some intel on that.
Yeah. Speaking of pets, where are we going to have a pet shelter if we finally get our dream, that is to have the school?
Well, I'll tell you, you're not, if you're planning for a shelter, you need to plan for an area within your shelter to have places where people can have their pets with them. Because they're most likely not gonna leave their pets in another shelter.
Right.
And I don't think we have a big enough need to have a separate, because then you have to have someone staffing it that's now responsible for all the animals. You wanna leave the animals with the owners. 'Cause like I said, most of the time, the people that aren't gonna leave their animals behind,
Right.
so they wanna take them with them. So it just needs to be incorporated into your sheltering plan, not separate.
Mhm.
And that's just a matter of having an area that's maybe pet-free for anyone who has severe allergies.
Right.
I mean, we've never sheltered more than, we have a dozen people one night, I think, not even.
No,
I
neither.
think it was only like 7 or 8 when they ended up at Ron Burton's that one night during the ice storm.
We had a fire in Worcester probably 2 years ago now. They were sheltering 47 people by the morning, and out of that 47, they had 6 pets.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
It's usually a low occurrence.
Yeah.
And you get more pets out here because a lot more single-family homes.
right.
Plus apartments, you're not gonna have pets, because they're not allowed. But we just don't have much for sheltering needs, so I don't think it has to be huge. 'Cause like I
If-
said, the
if
ice
we-
storm's one of the biggest things we're ever gonna have, hopefully.
I know that CM Dart has a whole class on, putting tarp on the floors, putting tarp on the walls.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure we need all of that kind of setup either, but probably an area with a tarp on the floor.
that's what I just put together a
And
list. of
separate the
stuff for
cats
somebody.
from the dogs and the cats from the bunnies.
Yeah, it's just a few cages to make sure you have, a lot of people
Yeah.
will come with their cats are gonna be in cages typically, a bunny will typically be in a cage, a
Right.
carry,
CERT Mass, in one of their meetings, they were discussing all of this too. And they said that they actually had, I think it was David who was talking that night. And he's in charge of the state, SMART, I think it is SMART, yeah, the state response team, animal response team. And he was saying somebody showed up with an iguana.
Yeah.
So because it was cold and, so they needed certain temperature for the iguana to stay alive, so they brought their iguana with them. So there are those things that we have to consider too when we're putting a plan together, putting the shelter plan together. So that's pretty much what I've been working on. Tina, do you have anything to add?
No, not that I can think of offhand. I'll send you a list of items that would be, like I've seen in a lot of the shelters that have for, for animals, that, that we could start with as a scale. I've already got most of the list put together from a few others, previous ones.
Okay. And Ray, do you have anything from the state?
Nothing big. Right now, our big thing right now is just watching World Cup.
It's a game tonight, right?
Yes. We got through the first match on Saturday. It was being held here in Mass. No significant issues, so we're hoping things trend that way.
Yeah. There's gonna be
We're still
two,
here, we're still available.
there's gonna be two FIFA watches in this area, Leominster.
Yeah, Leominster's got one, Winchendon's got one.
Yeah.
Winchendon is, I understand is Winchendon is not doing one.
Okay.
I don't know when you last heard that. Should probably talk to you to double check.
Yeah, it was last week, but that was just the list that I had.
Okay, so Winchendon has applied for one, but I think it was gonna be grant dependent. But yeah, Leominster has 2 dates scheduled, Pittsburgh has 1. And all 3 of those are being done through Mass Youth Soccer Association.
They did ask, Leominster did ask the MRC to come and man the water stations and first aid. But, it's in the middle of the afternoon, Wednesday at 3:00 in the middle of July. So the big issue is watching for heat stroke.
Marlboro has some at Kelleher Field,
Yep.
and Franklin had some. Those were the closest.
So hopefully it goes well.
Leominster has a few.
Yeah, in Worcester.
Yeah.
Were they putting up a big screen?
Yes, on Doyle Field.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
yeah, I set up
I'm
an
not a
area for the
soccer
kids to
fan,
play
so I
soccer
don't
and.
really watch soccer.
I'm trying, bud. It's not
I'll
taking
watch
on.
it, like Sunday morning, it's usually on television, I'll watch it a little bit, it's like playing golf, it's like.
Can you just give me a good overview of what MEMA is and like what you guys do or how you, like, what, can you, because I've heard of FEMA,
Yep,
but I haven't heard of MEMA.
so basically we're the state's version of FEMA.
Okay. Not to put you on the spot.
No, you're good.
You can,
So
you can be like, no.
in general, I guess we're community support.
Okay.
So we work with the communities to identify, before something happens, what their plans are, what their needs are. During a disaster, we're there to, help them fill those gaps. We'll help them source, some of the stuff that they need. We'll provide support with coordination, communications, things like that. And then post-disaster, we help with recovery. We'll work with the community to kind of assess what the impacts and damages were, what their costs were, and then if we get to certain thresholds, then we'll engage FEMA to come out and do disaster declaration work.
So you're funded by the state of Massachusetts?
Correct.
And your region is what, like Worcester County or like
So
bigger
we-
than that?
We have 4 regions throughout the state. There's Region 3, which is the New York line to Franklin County.
Okay,
Worcester County itself is Region 4, so we have that split between 2 of us. And then Regions 1 and 2 are from the Worcester County line to the Cape and the islands.
okay. And that's just all through like the local, like police and fire contact you when they need you?
So our general point of contact is the Emergency Management Director. Every town is required to have one by law. If they don't have one, it falls to senior elected official. So that's generally our first point of contact, but we do work with fire chiefs, police chiefs, highway superintendents, depending on what the nature of the need is.
And people that work with you are environmental people or first, like what are the qualifications that work in that agency?
That I don't have a straight answer on. Really depends on what role you're trying to fill. So like my role as local coordinator, they look for, experience in municipal environment, experience in emergency management. But let's say you work in, our mitigation unit, they're gonna look for experience in planning, in civil engineering, stuff like that. Really, again, depends on which role of emergency management you wanna fall into.
Sounds like a big agency.
Again, depends on where you are. People are surprised when I tell them we only have about 96 people in ours for the state, so.
Anything that, Peter or Bob, that you wanna add, or something that we probably should look at?
Nope.
No? Okay,
No.
okay. All right, when do we wanna meet again? September?
Yeah, I'll say not till fall, but
Right. Do you want to do September or you want to slide it to October?
October, let the people get their kids back to school.
Okay,
And then free up some people for us, maybe.
October.
I doubt it, but
Yeah, how about second Tuesday? Is 1 PM or do you want 3 PM? We've done both times. Huh?
One's better,
One is better.
yeah.
Okay, 1 PM. All right, and I will tell everybody to put a big red circle around the date.
October 6th.
October 6th
is that what it is? What day of the week
I'm
is
sorry,
it?
did you say
Tuesday?
second Tuesday?
Second Tuesday,
So the 13th.
13th. All right. So I thank you very much for listening to me.